All aboard for this week's episode as we go full steam ahead with an express trip through the history of a team of real riding Autobots. Mind the gap, it's the basics on the TRAINBOTS. The toys that would become the TRAINBOTS were first released by Japanese toy company Takara as part of their Diaclone line in 1983. Known as the Train Robo, the group consisted of 6 robots who each transformed into a different kind of train, and combined to form a giant super robot. 2 versions of the team were available, the regular version and a special edition recolor released in 1984. Many Diaclone toys were imported by Hasbro to become part of the Transformers line, but the Train Robo weren't among them. Probably because trains simply aren't as big a deal in America as they are in Japan, where they're an intrinsic part of everyday life and a massively popular hobby. But after Takara imported the Transformers line back to Japan, in 1987 they decided to re-release the regular colour versions of the trains as part of the series in their markets, as the TRAINBOTS. As some of the very first Japanese exclusive Transformers toys, the TRAINBOTS were characterized as being closely connected to the country. The characters' backstory described them as being built in Japan as a collaborative project between the Autobots and humankind, and they all had Japanese language names related to their functions and personalities. The team consisted of EF65-1000 locomotive Getsue, whose name means moonlight, a low-visibility nighttime combat specialist who became sluggish and inattentive during the day. DE-10 diesel locomotive Cayenne, whose name means blaze, who took great pride in being the strongest member of the team. 485-300 series limited express Cezanne, whose name means western mountain, who loved mountains and did his best fighting on their steep slopes. 153 series express Suiken, whose name means drunken fist, a combat veteran whose wealth of experience gave him the skills to fight on any terrain. 200 series Joetsu bullet train Yukikaze, whose name means snowy wind, the team's cold weather combat specialist who didn't get along well with the hot-blooded Cayenne. And Yukikaze's elder brother, the team's unpredictable, fast-moving leader, Shoki, a Zero Series Tokaido bullet train named after a vanquisher of ghosts and other evil beings from Chinese mythology. The TRAINBOTS combined into Raiden, whose name means thunder and lightning, a punctual robot who served as a new rival for the Decepticon combiner, Predaking. The TRAINBOTS appeared regularly in the Japanese original animated series, The Headmasters, primarily serving as transport for their fellow Autobots. The series depicted them as being able to fly in their train modes, an ability they used to carry the Autobots into battle across the Earth and through space. They often formed Raiden to deal with larger threats like their opposite number, Predaking, and enjoyed a spotlight episode defending their native Japan against Decepticon ninja, Six Shot. The team also appeared in the Headmasters manga, clashing with Predaking and a robotic squid. Their toys would continue to be sold in 1988, earning them some brief further appearances in that year's new media. They could be glimpsed in the opening sequence of the new cartoon, Super God Master Force, and they also popped up in the Master Force manga. The toys were eventually discontinued in 1989, but they were re-released one more time in 1990. After that, the TRAINBOTS wouldn't be seen again for over a decade, but the concept of an Autobot train combiner team became one that Takara would revisit several times, starting in 1991's Return of Convoy line, with the release of Six-Liner, a combiner formed from 6 tiny 2-inch tall Micromaster Autobots. The liner team included leader Digo, a D-51 steam locomotive with great strength and a sharp logical mind. 100 series Tokaido bullet train Spark, a brash young speedster. quiet and reserved TGV Alan, 200 series Tohoku bullet train Leaf, a romantic poetry lover in his downtime, but wild and destructive in battle. 651 series Super Hitachi Limited Express Joe, a sociable information analyst good at counselling his comrades. And EF66 Blue Train Knight, a talkative ninja. In 1992, Sixliner was retooled to create Six Train, Sixliner's tougher elder brother. The Train team who made him up included strong-willed leader Desire, a 300 series Tokaido bullet train, TGV-A Atlan, an intense martial artist, 371 series Asagiri Limited Express Raze, a soft-spoken precognitive, Earth-loving engineer San Digo, a D-51, 400 series Yamatagata Tsubasa bullet train Windy, a gossipy teenage pop idol, and EF66 freight train Converter, a young-at-heart historian. Now, I've described their personalities here, but Sixliner and Sixtrain didn't actually include any profiles for the individual Micromasters. They wouldn't receive any characterization until the toys were reissued with new colours and decals in the early 2000s. Prose stories packed with these releases also revealed the team's origins for the first time, explaining that they had been mutated into combiners when they were struck by a strange dimensional shockwave while on their way to Earth. But perhaps the most significant new train combiner was the one introduced in the Car Robots toy line in the year 2000, Team Bullet Train. While their predecessors had all been released only in Japan, these three Autobots made it to Hasbro markets when the company imported the Car Robots line in 2001 and rebranded it as Robots in Disguise. Team Bullet Train consisted of 500 series Nozomi Real Spike, the team's gentlemanly leader, 700 series Hikari Rail Star Rapid Run, the toughest member of the trio, always ready for a fight, and cheerful, easygoing, slightly dopey junior member Midnight Express, an E4 series Max. Together, they combined into the super speedy Rail Racer. Team Bullet Train appeared regularly in the Robots in Disguise cartoon, in which they were part of an undercover Autobot unit hiding in plain sight on Earth, masquerading as real in-service passenger trains, and defending the railways when they came under threat from the plans of the evil Predacons. The team hasn't made any significant appearances since the cartoon ended, though Midnight Express would enjoy a minor recurring solo role in IDW Publishing's 2016 comic book, Optimus Prime, which reimagined him as a bot from the Cybertronian colony planet Caminus. Additionally, in 2005, Hasbro finally imported Six Train. Released in the Transformers Universe line, the toy was reimagined as an alternate universe incarnation of Rail Racer, formed by a team called the Railbots: Rail Spike, Rapid Run, Midnight Express, Swindle, Tankor, and Overload. The original TRAINBOTS, meanwhile, returned for some very minor appearances in the early 2000s, popping up in the Japanese Transformers PlayStation 2 video game, and showing up as crowd-scene cameos in Dreamwave Productions comic books, their first and to date only American media appearance. But they underwent a bump in visibility in 2014, when a new toy of Shoki was released as a mail-away exclusive from Japanese publisher Million, a recolor of the classic's Astro Train figure that triple-changed into a bullet train and a space shuttle. Shoki came with a partner minifigure of human Daniel Witwicky, wearing a transforming exosuit that allowed him to become a bow weapon and a pantograph for Shoki's train mode. Together, Shoki and Daniel were designed to look like the Decepticon spacecraft, the Thunder Arrow, and its pilot, Skystalker, a disguise for undercover missions behind enemy lines. The story behind the toy was told in the manga Train Wars, which explained that Shoki adopted this new form after the other trainbots were injured in battle. Blaming himself, he left the team and began working alone so that he would never have to lead comrades into harm's way again. But being forced to partner with Daniel for a mission made him see the value of teamwork, and he reunited with the Trainbots, as well as the Six-Liner and Six-Train teams, to battle the ancient evil transformer, the Fallen. Shoki was able to defeat the Fallen when the megacomputer Vector Sigma unlocked a fourth transformation for him, a colossal bazooka form that vaporized the villain. Most recently, starting in 2022, new toys of all 6 original Trainbots were released in the high-end collector-targeted Masterpiece toy line, the first combiner team released in this series, all designed with authentic alternate modes at the HO model train scale. The Masterpiece toys inspired a prequel manga that told the story of the Trainbots' creation by the Autobots' old human ally, Dr. Fujiyama, and their battle with Fujiyama's renegade creation, the robot ninja, Nightbird. This manga also introduced a new team of Trainbots, the 6 prototype robots created by Fujiyama before the classic team, who were all based on the Special Edition Diaclone toys: Zero Series Bullet Train Silver, ED-76 Freight Train Battle, Dr. Yellow Bullet Train Doctor, the team leader, Kuha 111 Series Express Miracle, 583 Series Limited Express Sleeper Train Thunder, and DE-10 Crystal, who combined into G-Liner. The Trainbots have never quite risen to the same level of international recognition as other, more famous Japanese original Transformers. But real fans, don't blow your stack about it. They're still a team of really useful engines who'll fight the Decepticons all the way to the end of the line. And those are the basics on the Trainbots. If you've enjoyed this look at Transformers history and lore, I've got over 200 more videos like it for you to check out, so be sure to subscribe and give them a look. Plus, supporting the show on Patreon will get you early access to the newest episodes.